your armor and hop in the APC. We'll be needing it for Doomsday. Starring Rona Mitra, Bob Super Mario Hoskins, and Malcolm Little Alex McDowell. Doomsday is a sci-fi, military, action, horror thriller. Yes, that was a mouthful of subgenres. So what's this movie about? Let's secure a cure to find out. Set in the year 2035, a deadly virus hits Glasgow, Scotland hard, mutating and killing most of the population. The government steps in by constructing a giant perimeter wall to contain the Reaper virus. Fast forward 30 years later, the Reaper virus resurfaces in London. A squad of soldiers is assembled and sent into the quarantine zone to find a cure, at any cost. The team arrives at the border to meet the wall, which is a standout scene. Aesthetically speaking, the wall from Resident Evil 2 Apocalypse is much cooler. However, they didn't have sentry guns, therefore Doomsday gets bonus points. The first scene my brain associates with this film is the tragic rabbit one. Ugh. I guess what I'm trying to say is that the wall and its standout oppressive nature, alongside its cold intent for utility, makes it almost a character instead of just a set piece. This scene acts as a point of no return, making every little bit of exposition that much juicier. The squad gears up for a caravan ride in some pretty fucking sick armored personnel carriers, which channels some heavy alien vibes. The wall is cracked open, then immediately resealed as the team heads into the quarantine zone. It's not too long after that the team runs into some trouble with the locals. Should probably mention that these locals are some Fallout Mad Max style raiders who are also cannibals. There's also another faction that's led by Malcolm McDowell. Everybody lives in a castle and will probably be doing Renaissance Festival LARPing until the day they die. The rest of this movie plays out as an action-packed bloodbath delivering video game standards worth of violence. If you like Aliens, Mad Max, Resident Evil, Escape from New York, Underworld, give this movie a chance. It pulls influence from all over. The stunt work choreography adds to the spectacle and excitement of this movie. It's amazing no one actually died. Sure, it has glaring plot holes and continuity errors, but I look past that because it's fun, entertaining, and badass, in a cheeky way. Maybe I just like it when Malcolm McDowell sneaks into the second half of a movie. For example, Book of Eli, or that shitty Silent Hill sequel. It happens more than you think. Or maybe it's because it's full of trivia. The chase scene car is a 2008 Bentley Continental GT. Bentley doesn't do product placement, so the producers purchased 3 of them for the film. One of them was accidentally driven into a gorge. At the end of the production, the car had proven its durability. Although cosmetically damaged, the frame and engine were still intact. The APC vehicles took 5 weeks to design and 10 weeks to build. Every piece was custom made. They almost purchased similar decommissioned vehicles, but the DIY route proved to be cheaper. While this movie takes place primarily in London and Scotland, most of it was filmed in South Africa. 2 of the DDS soldiers are named Carpenter and Miller. This was to honor John Carpenter and George Miller. The title cards in Doomsday use the font Albertus. The same font is used by John Carpenter in all of his movies. The assault weapons used by the DDS troops are Vector CR-21 Bullpup ARs, a product of South Africa. The PM's name John Hatcher is a not-so-subtle nod to former Prime Ministers John Major and Margaret Thatcher. Thanks for tuning in to Airlock-Shock. If you've enjoyed today's content, be sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment in the quarantine zone. Check out our sister series, Tape Tomb, starring Larry Downs. He's constantly adding new tapes to the tomb. I'm Nick Haskin of Nightmare Fuel Streaming, and until next time, stay spacey, friends.